All right. Hey guys, I'm outside of the Leon County, uh, what they call it, the detention facility. Um, I just had to go take in some forms, but I am a concerned family member of loved ones who have been incarcerated inside of this facility. And my concern is that they're not treating some of these people as they should. And I understand that everyone that is incarcerated isn't innocent. And I understand that, everybody that is incarcerated can be guilty or cannot be guilty. But that's supposed to be for the judge and the um, jury to decide, correct? Not in the jail facilities, if I'm not mistaken. So I have loved ones. I have a loved one that's incarcerated, and it's speaking upon how they, are being treated, how they're being fed. First of all, the food of how they're being fed, they're getting like a cup of Cheerios, like you would give to your child for breakfast, with a piece of bologna, or bologna sandwiches with nothing, you know, or some powdered scrambled eggs with a handful of peas. Like these are grown people inside of these facilities, and y'all are feeding them like they're children. On top of that, I have been informed that there is a inmate in here. Sorry, I keep having to fix my AirPod. I can't even think right now because I'm so upset. There is a inmate in the facility that is incarcerated with my loved one, who has had a broken hand for the last 2 weeks and have been crying and asking for help. Now, to my understanding, until they are proven guilty by the judge and the juror, how is it that they are, being judged already inside of these facilities where they can't get the care that they need? They only have nurses inside of the facility who is also on top of that, handing them the wrong medication. Now, the person that I know that is incarcerated deals with medical issues before even getting inside of here under false allegations, and has not had a fair chance of a trial or to tell their side of the story, but they have been, locked up and incarcerated. And the only thing that the public defender is doing is extending, the date each month. But you have inmates in here, like the one inmate, he has a broken hand. They have not took him to the hospital to get it checked out. They have not, seeked any medical attention for him. I just want to know, when it comes to our voting and how we live in this country, where is the justice? When is the justice going to be served? Because I'm really not understanding, you guys. I just, and it's like, okay, well, you have to vote. You have to vote. What am I voting for? Because there is nothing changing in our lives that is helping the situation that is going on. Crime rates are still going to go up because people are suffering and they're going to their last sources of survival. Yes, I'm out here in this wind. It's 55 degrees out here, and I wanted to make sure that I went live and I did my own reporting, because I spoke with a young lady who is also the um, one of Tallahassee's news reporters, Miss Candace, and I asked her, upon covering a story, you know of how they are doing things behind the walls of the jails for these inmates. And yes, you have people that are in there that probably should be sitting in there. You have people that are guilty of their crimes the reason why they were put in there in the first place. Everybody has not had their chance in court yet. And that is not for a correctional officer or anybody in the jail facility to judge them upon. Yes, one bad apple spoils a bunch, and I really understand that and I get that. But you cannot put every apple, spoiled apple with the fresh apples. That's how it ends up happening. So if I can't get the reports, done, or the word spread it through people who can actually use their platform to help loved ones, in these certain situations and, these certain facilities, then I will do it myself. I will speak out. I will be the voice. I will use my platform. We really need to, be able to fight this type of system, because the ones that need to be where they are, if they're inside a place like this, that's where they need to be. But you have people that have proof of the situations that they have been put in, where they have been set up, railroaded, you know, was don't have money for a, defense attorney, so they're giving a public defender who only fights for a plea. Please is what gets these men in these situations, or gets these women in these situations, that if somebody call and knows what they're on probation for, all they got to do is give that same reason or that same excuse and get them locked back up. Oh, because you violated probation because you got arrested. That's a easy setup. That is a easy setup. And for my loved one, that's what the situation occurred. That's how it was able to happen. And right now, they're opening up the place back up. They're opening the country back up, saying no more, COVID and all this and that. But they're not even allowing us to come in to visit our loved ones because of COVID. But y'all are bringing in other people from off the street, whether they're on drugs, drunk, and publicly drunk. Um, they've been having water issues here in Leon County Jail facility, detention facility, where they have been having some type of flesh eating bug that has been tearing up these inmates' skin and giving them cream that isn't working. And of course, as our great America does, they hide the truth. They have cover-ups. Well, I'm here to talk about the truth. I'm here to inform you guys. Be careful. Try your best to avoid, you know, possibly being incarcerated, possibly being in contact with the police the wrong way, having to be put behind bars because you're not, I mean, we already don't have our freedom, but at the same time, you don't want to be in this type of situation. You don't want to be in one of these facilities. You definitely don't. Because talking about mistreatment, yeah, that's going to happen. I know I'm probably sounding a little muffled. I kind of hear them from the inside. They're not allowed to come outside. Um, I mean, it's a little sun out. It's cold up here in Tallahassee. And from my understanding, nobody is allowed to come outside. They have the barbs and everything on the fences, but nobody is allowed to, go outside. They don't even have, like the courtyard where they can go play basketball or, work out or, whatever the case is. So, I mean, in this situation, I would prefer to just be transferred over to the juvenile or be put in prison than to go through the county jail, because apparently they don't have doctors in here. They only have nurses. that come in, and not saying that nurses aren't great and they don't do their job, because sometimes I feel like the nurses have more of contact with patients than the doctors do. But apparently, these nurses that are coming inside of Leon County facility to give these inmates their medications are handing them the wrong medication. And then they're having reactions to the wrong medication, and you're not taking them to go get medical treatment to reverse this medication that you're giving them to put into their system. Where is the justice? Where is, I mean, make America great again? When was it? I'm very upset. I'm fighting my emotions, because I am I've been disappointed in this country before, but it's even worse now. And as I said on my last video, these veterans are out here who have served for this country. And the best thing y'all can do is, if they come back home and, or get on drugs and alcohol to kind of cope with what they went over there and fought and saw, they're on the streets, and all you can say is, oh, this is a drug addict or an alcoholic, oh, let's arrest them. What happened to the treatments? When are we going to start fighting for our country instead of worrying about other countries and going to war with other countries upon what? When are we going to start fighting for our country, getting our country right, helping our people over here in this country? If there's going to be any voting from my end, those would be the things that I will vote to fight for, because this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I uh I can't even think right now. Oh God, my mind just goes blank. It's just an upsetting situation. There is like no justice, even with some of these attorneys. I've been dealing with my first accident case since 2018, where I've had surgery, treatments, everything going on. And I've shared all of these things with you, my YouTube family. Y'all have been through the experiences with me. I'm still fighting that case. It'll be 5 years, February 5th of 2023, and I still have not got justice from that case. I'm still dealing with pain. I'm still dealing with a life of medication. They have already ruled me out permanently damaged. So when will the justice step in? When will it step in? And I have actual attorneys. Oh, 1-800 Ask Gary, 411 Pain. Where's the justice? Where is it? Oh, gosh. But anyways, I'm going to jump back on the subject of Leon County Detention Facility, where I am standing outside. I'm waiting for somebody to, probably be like, oh, you can't be out here, da 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 da. Do not communicate with or pass items to prisoners. This is in violation of Florida statute. Well, the prisoners, they're not even in prison. This is jail. So what are you talking about? They don't even get to come outside. If you have somebody that you love and you know that they're innocent, reach out to them. Download the Securus Tech app. Find out what their SPIN number is. Communicate with them, because they're not getting the treatment that they need, and they're not getting the help or the assistance that they need to be able to survive. And I'm not usually the one to speak up for a criminal. But again, we're not the judge or the jury. And if you're supposed to have your fair trial in court, why is it being determined while you're locked up? So that's the part I'm not understanding. That's the part I'm not understanding. They have found inmates in their cell dead from not getting the proper attention medical wise. So when is this okay? When are we going to start fighting for our country? Justice will never be served. And unfortunately, you always get told, oh, racism is over, this and the other. But I have sat in a courtroom for the last going on 5 months, and I have saw people who was on probation, violated their probation, gun charges, robbery, drugs. Their their VOP has been reinstated, and they were able to get out, commit another crime, and come right back into the facility. So someone that is violated on probation due to a false accusation and being set up is still sitting here in this facility and not even given a chance of an offer a plea deal. All I can say is let's send out our prayers, hope and pray for the best, because this is definitely not the way to go. It's not. I pray for you all. I pray that you guys have a blessed Christmas and a happy new year. And hopefully, I can come back with a better story. Have a good one.